The Colors trilogy is a series of 3 dance films based on the colors of the national flag of India. These colors represent different ideals as set by the founding fathers of this country. Green represents prosperity. Colors Green, the film, was released last year. And in this movie, we chose to examine prosperity of the protagonist from the point of view of her freedom of choice rather than from the point of view of her bank balance. Colors White is the next film in this series and is to be released very soon. White represents truth and peace in the national flag, and from my perspective, true peace only comes when you come to terms with your own truths. Colors White is my artistic autobiography. When I started, I narrated stories from mythology and religion through my dance performances, which were referred to as margams. I soon realized that I was in a box, and when I tried to break out of this box and evolve my own ways of dancing, there were several who were detractors who believed that I was questioning a system of tradition. And then there were some that supported me, saying that dance had to evolve to stay alive. What came out of it was my own methodology. And when I followed my heart, I found my peace. But this is not just about me or about my life. This is about any woman, anyone that has felt that they have been boxed in by marriage, by career, by whatever. And it is at that point of realization when you break free that you find your own truth, your own peace. And this is what Colors White is about.
Colors White is a film that's very unlike anything that we've made so far. Our earlier movies were largely driven by narratives, largely driven by a story. I think this is one time where I've actually tried to use the force of poetry to tell a story rather than my usual style of writing stories with rather open-ended question marks at the end of the story. This time what we're trying to do is trying to paint a poetry on celluloid, and therefore the story has been written in that form. It's narrated in that form.
These dance films are what they are because they don't compromise on the dance techniques of Bharatanatyam, and they bring about the aesthetics associated with good cinema. Colors White expanded my horizons and challenged me as a dancer. But the concept is about how a woman tries to break free from the mold, and being a woman, I resonate with that idea deeply.
The music for Colors White is by Rajkumar Bharati, with whom we have collaborated on all our projects so far. And like all our other projects, the music of Colors White is extremely special. There is a verse in Colors White which is about Queen Gandhari, the wife of the blind king Dhritarashtra. This queen, if you remember the lores, had blindfolded herself to participate in the suffering of her husband. And our view on this was that ideally she should have become the eyes of the husband. But society claimed that she was pure, she was pious, she was the dutiful wife because she blindfolded herself much like her husband. And the verses that come in this music actually strongly reflect that. There's a sense of almost sarcasm in it when we call her Pativrata. The music, I think, reflects the mood and the environment that we're trying to paint with Colors White.
As a core dancer in the film, I had the opportunity to understand the process of the choreography. Every nuance, every movement has been thought out and is relevant to supporting the narrative. There is nothing superfluous. The symbolisms are everywhere. The gestures, the expressions, lyrics, costumes, makeup, everywhere.
In the Colors series, I also played the role of an associate director. My job was to ensure that the vision of our director and choreographer came to life. It was a behind the scenes experience and it was a huge learning.
So this is the second time I'm associated with the Savitha Sastry production company. Unlike the last time, this time the director's vision was to achieve a poetic film. And this time we got a big guest to shoot, and I'm very much satisfied with the output, and I hope you'll enjoy it too.
But this is not about the technology. Neither is it about the dance. It is about women. Rights that a woman should have but is now having to fight for. If my series even inspires one woman to attain and be inspired to reach for those ideals, then I think my films have been successful.